You doing the intro or me?
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that. You know what? Fuck it. That's the intro.
Welcome
Welcome
everyone.
back, guys, to a new episode of the NBA podcast with Kev and myself. No Justin today; he's sick. But yeah,
We're better off without him. It's fine.
that start is pretty much what has happened over the last couple of months in the NBA. As a whole, not a lot of action, but eventually someone says something. Kev, have you been?
I've been good, just same old. Been kind of taking a much needed break, I think, away from draft. I think we ended things on a weird note last season. And I feel like Naranja finished fine.
Yeah, I think you did.
Uva Academy was a bit of a struggle, but otherwise I've been pretty good. Just been grinding locals, getting ready for my first regional soon. Grinded out the DLC.
Have you guys not had a regional yet?
No, I mean we have. I just haven't gotten to go to one.
Oh, you're going to Charlotte. You're going to Charlotte.
Yeah, I'll be at Charlotte. So excited for that. But yeah, I've been actually doing a little commentary. Recently been casting locals, which is fun. So shout out the podcast and what we do here for. It was like this is like my initial start on the microphone, and then just worked into casting locals and stuff. Shout out to the people I've met that have enabled me to do that. But excited to be back where it all began. Excited to get the ball rolling again in the NBA. I got the DLCs out. Been a lot of cool Pokemon added, a lot of old favorites added, especially for the likes of the button clickers in the NDA. So excited for all that, and we kind of left on what Lex? Can we do like a little? When is the last time you posted a podcast? How long has it been? A little live check. We did not have this pulled up already, so I am curious.
Yeah,
dawned on me.
I'm getting it up. This is gonna be a while. I'm not even signed into YouTube on this laptop anymore. Let me grab this. Oh my God.
We were like pretty consistent, and then it just kind of fell off.
We were, and then I think everything just kind of. I think it was more so we kind of had to half take over the league, make sure the league was trying to run smoothly, get less time for the podcast, etc. I mean, you know what I mean.
Takeover.
Like it was. It was what it was. Let me see. Content. It was the 2nd of September. So yeah.
Is there like a title? Like how many like weeks were we in the season?
So we did the draft reveal, and then we had 4 podcasts released. So we did 8th of August, 13th of August, 21st of August, 2nd of September, and then yikes. But you know what?
All right, so
we all need a break. I mean, you talked about everything you did. I went to Poland and Germany to regionals.
Lex took the walk.
I took the walk to Poland. Poland was fun. Weather was sick. Very, very snowy, very cold, but great experience. Brought Roaring Moon Balance to Poland. That was pretty fun. And then changed it up. Myself and a few of the VGC Ireland guys cooked the Bramblegas team, and we brought that to Stuttgart and played well with it. It was 4-1, and then crumbled to 4-5. Again, we don't talk about that, but generally a really good experience though. The other 2 guys who ran the same team as me, Raj and Ryan, shout out, ended up making day 2, so proud of them. Love them too so much. But yeah, it was a really good experience. Met a lot of new people. Ended up facing Marco and Frederick, so 2 top tier players I faced. I was like, dear God. But it was a lot of fun. Great experiences. Had a lot of travel issues, but I mean, you know what? It is what it is.
We're back home. Finally,
Back home.
holidays
Going to-
have passed.
Mm,
Well,
Going
when
to-
this is out, all the
where are you
holidays will
seeing-
probably have passed.
yeah, I mean, I have Liverpool planned as well, so going to Liverpool at the end of January as well. So, and then that's pretty much all my tournaments until April, where EUIC is looming. Hopefully I'll be able to make it.
Same.
Hoping I'll be able to make it. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that's a bit of a catch up with us two. Anyway,
Indeed. Now we got to catch up, everyone, on how the NDA Scarlet and Violet Season 2 finished. We left everyone on a bit of a cliffhanger around like week 4, week 5-ish, halfway through the season. So, Lex, you want to begin with Uva, or should I start with Naran?
Yeah, I can do Uva. Okay. Right. So in Uva we had Palatals and Jacksonville Moltresses, so Pinky and Jam both finishing 7 and 1. Then we had a Ryder finishing 6 and 2. We had Cashel, Koopa, and Mel finishing 5 and 3. We had Zach finishing 4 and 4, and we had Alex finishing 3 and 5. That left Griff, myself, Germ, and Firmbug, who ended up leaving the server, unfortunately.
Uva was a bit of a mess. I think Germ didn't end up finishing the season.
Germ didn't end up finishing the season. We had stuff coming in.
We had Alex kind of also just like not finish the season.
Yeah, Alex disappeared too. A whole lot of mess ups. And then a draft advantage type of thing. We had myself against Booster, pretty much, and that was it because Alex had dropped. So we replaced, we put Griff into the 8th seed, and we just.
Did you play?
Yeah, I beat Booster.
Oh, so you get a draft advantage.
Yeah, so I have some sort of draft advantage. What it is exactly?
We still don't know.
Yeah, we'll know soon.
Shall we like?
Yeah, and then
let's figure it out. Should we? The first thing that came to my mind, maybe it's not fair that you get to pick your spot.
Yeah.
Maybe you get to pick like 4 spots where you're okay with drafting, and we'll like draw it out of a hat, and that's where you go, or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. I feel like just a direct picking of the spot feels kind of bad, but
yeah. I mean, personally, like it's in my head, it's gonna be like 1. No, it might be like 1, 3. It should be like 1, 3, 4, and 12. Like, I feel like having the wheel is powerful. So 1 and 12, I like having, and then 3 is where I won from. So, but look, we'll figure that out specifically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't mind that. And then in the actual tournament, we
went on. We got. Let's see where everyone finished in the playoffs.
We had Pinky facing Griff, which Pinky won. We had Koopa facing Cashel, which Koopa won as the 5 seed. We had Zach, the 7 seed, facing Jam, the 2 seed, and Zach ended up upsetting there. And then we had a Ryder.
That was a cool one.
That was a big one. And then we had Ryder facing Mel, which Ryder won. Semi-finals, we had Pinky, the number 1 seed, facing Koopa, the number 5 seed, and Koopa ended up on top. Again, another upset. And we had Ryder, the number 3 seed, facing Zach, number 7 seed, which Ryder won. Which brings us to the finals.
Who won the finals, Wex?
Koopa and Ryder. So the last match was... So the semi-final matches were played on... Let me just grab the official dates here. The last matches were semi-finals. Here we go. Were played on the 30th of October, so the day before Halloween. It is nearly 2024 right now. It is 3 days away from 2024, and the match still hasn't been played. Ryder has had a lot going on, so he hasn't been able to complete his games, or his game.
Therefore,
I think it's only right that we give the title to Koopa and the Jersey City Jump Bluffs. Sounds fair to me.
yeah, Koopa is default our UVA champion, which, you know, I think it would have been a close match if they played.
Yeah.
I think
it could have gone anyway.
Ryder
Either
had
way,
the
both
most-
of them. Ryder's Spectre GU stuff.
I
is
think Ryder had the
insane.
most broken team in the draft,
Yeah.
and
But
I
yeah,
think he definitely could have
and
went on to
then,
win. But you know,
Yeah. And then in
We
the
move.
bronze matchup, so the potential promotion match between Pinky and Zach. Number 1 seed Pinky against number 7 seed Zach. Zach ended up winning 2-1 in a major upset, so Zach getting promoted to the Naranja division. Now, whether Ryder plays or not next season is still up in the air. As you said, his personal
we
life.
could if Ryder doesn't play.
If Ryder doesn't play, then I say
could.
Pinky goes up.
I think I agree.
Like, it makes sense to me. So, and yeah, that was all the happenings of UVA.
Pinky had a historical season. Pinky was 7-0, and
Yeah.
then played Jam in the last round, the last week,
Mm.
and
Lost.
Jam was able to hold on and break the. That would have been NDA history, I think.
The first
I don't
ever
think
anyone.
I don't think anyone has ever finished the season undefeated. So.
No. Because I was doing
Um,
pretty well, and then you beat me. And
I was actually looking at the schedule because I thought this might. I got the seasons confused because I remember the first season of Scarlet Violet, we had like cross division matches, and we played our cross division. I thought we had it again this season, so I was like looking at the schedule. I was like, didn't me and Wex play? But we had just we never went.
Yeah, we had
across
2 separate divisions this year.
Yeah. I was like getting
Well, no.
confused for a second.
So yeah, I think that's all UVA Academy sort of wrapped up. We'll have an official decision. If Ryder decides to play, he will go up. If not, Pinky will go up.
I think that is fair.
And yeah, you can move on to the Naranja Academy
Well,
now.
first, we might as well just finish off UFA Academy. We have some awards. We're not doing a full.
Oh,
We're not doing a
Yeah.
full award ceremony like we used to.
Hmm.
We want to keep this brief, and just
Yeah.
a quick summary of everything. So,
Hmm.
like Wex
I
said,
can go through.
had a couple coaches do really well this season. Koopa by default ending on top, and we just have some awards to spotlight some Pokemon and some coaches really quickly. So, Wex, if you would like to do us the honor.
Yep. Do you want to go first team? Or what way do you want to go?
Yeah, just go over your. You can go. Yeah.
Let's go down this list. I'll go down this list.
Just go down your list.
First team. So starting off, we have Annihilate from Jam and the Jacksonville Moltres. We have
Very
Rotom
fitting.
Wash. Yeah. We have Rotom Wash and the Jersey City Jump House and Koopa. We have Spectre of Ryder San Diego Raichus. We have Urshifu Rapid Strike of the Paldea Bulls. We have Landorus Therian from Zach's Straw Hat team. And we have Dondozo from the Celadon Stuffle and Castle Boy. And then we can go straight on to our DPOY, Defensive Pokemon of the Year. So this is just what we decided. Kind of felt like was always on the field.
It was based on vibes. What was
Purely
just,
based on vibes.
What was annoying to come up against all season?
And that ended up being Heatran of the Jersey City Jump Bluffs.
I mean, Heatran is a Pokemon that, in this metagame, is just really annoying to deal with. Heatran always being a bit of a staple, when it's legal, for the most part. But really, I think we've talked like a theme of all of our recent. No, I can't even say recent, but a lot of our past episodes, just like talking about the viability of Pokemon. Heatran just gained such a power by being able to terrestrialize. Like Heatran's defensive typing is so good, but like already, and then the moment it's threatened by a ground or fighting move, like you can just terrestrialize out of that like position. Like being able to do that for Heatran is just so good. And it has like base 130 something special attack, just good HP, good defenses, great typing, and I mean Koopa really made sure to like build around this like Heatran core, like the Fire Water Grass core that even with like Levitate, like he had the Rillaboom to like neutralize grass moves, and his water type had Levitate, and like just the building around, like the supporting of Heatran through his team and with terrestrialization just made Heatran such an annoying Pokemon to deal with for Koopa all season. I mean, I didn't get to play against it, but Lex, if you can remember, I'm sure you can attest to it being a struggle.
I remember. To be honest, I can't even remember the game. Even though I think it was the last game we played, I think I just got swept. I can't really remember.
Well, there you go. You had a bias. You got swept.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I just got rolled over. It's that stage where I was not really in the league. I'd lost the game before, and I was like, oh well.
Yeah,
I can't get through. I probably think I could have got through, but that was all shenanigans. I feel like it was Rome Wash that destroyed me, though. Kind of fitting.
It is very fitting.
For me.
The inside joke and then Wash will only live between us, Wax. Ooh, sorry.
It wasn't Will.
Oh yeah, I guess
I did it first against Will. What a time that was. Back in 2020, probably.
Me and Wex are friends because of that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, it's not the only reason, but it was the first reason.
No. That was their first conversation. Was that? But yeah, we can go on to the MVP, and that was Annihilape of the Jacksonville Moltres.
What were the stats of that Annihilape?
Well, I'm sure you're going to mention Annihilape a little bit later as well, but the Annihilape had 27 kills, 16 sets played, so 1.7 kills per set. Like, I mean,
came to every game.
Annihilape in Draft League the past 2 seasons has been a bit broken.
Yeah,
I know I didn't. It's just free to click like either Drain Punch or like Rage Fist. Like Rage Fist got 30-90 limps this year, so make it out what you will.
I used Annihilape Mousehold. We gotta stop letting people draft Annihilape Mousehold, man.
Yeah,
they're so good together. Like giving a Pokemon beat up, Friend Guard, and Follow Me to support Annihilape is just so broken. Like it's so broken. I think Mousehold really goes as the unsung hero. I mean, you know, when Kevin Durant won the MVP, he shouted out his mama as the real MVP. So, as Annihilape wins this award, let's not forget everything that Mousehold did for it.
Annihilape goes up asking, "Mousehold, you're the real MVP."
Literally, but I mean, back-to-back season. I don't know if it won. Did it win MVP for me? I don't know if it won MVP for me last season. The first season. I don't really remember.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah. But it's been over a year, about probably. It's just crazy. But just such a staple for Jam all season. Like S tiers. You just draft Annihilape Mousehold, support it with things in the back. Like, I think, what did he have? Like Meowscarada and something else? Like, just fast Pokemon in the back. He had Tauros with Intimidate. Delphox is pretty fast. Bulky pieces like Articuno and Bellibolt. Like, just for matchup dependent. Like, obviously Mousehold and Annihilape can't win every match. Like, I think Jam's only loss was to Ryder. who could just
Yeah.
you pressure so much offense with Ryder's team that Mouthful or Annihilate can only do so much. But in a draft format where you can like cater the spreads and terror types with Mouthful and Annihilate to the matchup, like just such a good like combo. Gem lost week 1 to Ryder, and then won out the rest of the season. So, and Annihilate was a big part of that. So, well deserved MVP. And I think we have one more award, Wex, if you'd like to give that out real quick.
Coach of the season or coach of the year.
Yeah, a lot of new coaches. A lot of new coaches.
But I think this is rookie coach of the year as well.
Yeah.
And that is Sir Pinky and the Paldea Bulls, finishing with a 7-1 record and 19 points. Nearly had history if it weren't for Jam in the last week.
Yeah, honorable mention to Jam, who did.
Honorable mention to Jam.
Pinky being 7-0 and almost breaking history, I think, and just finishing higher on points, squeaked it out. But like I said, Jam lost week 1 and maybe an unwinnable matchup, and then won every other week and upset Pinky. So Jam is an honorable shout. But me and Wex, I think, just agreed that Pinky deserved this a little bit more. I think maybe so much didn't. I feel like had arguably maybe not a worse team, but he had he did it with other pieces. Like his B tier Arboliva had like 15 kills or something like that, which is just so impressive.
Arboliva had more kills than any Pokemon on my team.
Yeah, which is just crazy. So
I'm not sure if that's a testament to. I'm not sure if it's a testament to them or if it's a knock on me, to be honest.
So I think Pinky just had a very impressive season and was very unlucky to how it all ended. But I think looking at the regular season, I do think Pinky just edits it a little bit, for sure. Quickly before we move on, just to go over like the first team again, like things like Rotom, like we talked about Annihilate, Rotom Wash for Koopa picked up 25 kills. Like that is Rotom Wash picking up. I mean, Wex kind of skewed those numbers, I think, a little bit, but Rotom Wash picking up 25 kills is just insane. Ryder Spectrier and Chi-Yu a little bit further down. I'm unlucky to make the list, but the Spectrier Chi-Yu combo from Ryder, just Spectrier is such a broken Pokemon in A tier. Something we probably should have looked at more closely. But...
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we did look at it and realize it and say it, but you know what, it is what it is.
We got Pinky's Urshifu making the list. I mean, picking up so many kills. He had a couple others get a lot of kills too, but Urshifu, I mean, we all know about Urshifu at this point, and what it does. It's just a stupid Pokemon. Picked up a ton of kills. Zach's Landorus, Straw Hat, and his Landorus, I mean, brought it most weeks, was abandoned a lot of time, just clicking EQ next to all the synergy he had on his team. Literally built his team around Landorus, and I think rightfully so. Picking up the spot, and sadly, we gave the final spot to Dondozo, who I think Quartz used Dondozo really well season 1 with and without Commander. I really do remember that, like, in my brain. I'm not quite sure how much it was used this season with and without Commander, but still, like, you know, the sole hero of this team, and picking up 19 kills. Did you verse Dondozo this season, Wex? Do you remember?
I think I beat Cashel this season.
Yeah, I feel like you did. You beat? I think that was one of your. Yeah, I think you beat Cashel.
Yeah, I did. Who would have thought it? Huh?
You were ready for Dozo.
Not me. Beat Cashel. At the win the Ireland matchup.
Yeah. Wex, you may have had a bad season, but you're still the king of Ireland. That's all that matters.
In the server.
Yeah. No, you're just the king of Ireland. It's fine. Ignore everything else. Um, I don't know if it like I feel so bad bringing this podcast out so late, but I don't. I would have loved to see more, like, or just remember more moments of this team with Hisui and Zoroark and like Dozo Tatsu, like the mind games
Yeah.
and stuff. Like that is like such a cool concept and just really cool team. And Dozo carried him to a 5-3 record, so definitely worthy of this spot. And that I think wraps up the UVA division. Shout out to shout out to everyone's participation, and wish the season ended a little better, but you know,
Yeah.
we are excited.
It is what it is. We can't change it now.
Indeed. Let's move swiftly into the Naranja Academy. Our season ran a little more smoothly, I would say. We talked about that. A lot of great coaches in this division. Everyone was definitely motivated, and just I think everyone gave it their all to the end. Even the teams that didn't finish so strong were like making transactions and stuff, trying to win the relegation battle. So it was just really fun to see it all unfold. We had top 8 in the Naranja Academy were obviously secured a spot back next season. Bottom 4 had a little tournament, and the winner of the tournament also remained, which I believe was Kaylee and the New Orleans Ninetales. So our bottom 4 were the Glasgow Gengars and Phoenix, Kaylee and the New Orleans Ninetales, Quartz and the Granite State. I still don't Gravel Rocks, yeah. Couldn't.
Graveler.
And Jayster and the Tennessee Torkles. Like Jayster made like a bunch of transactions to try and fix his team. It wasn't really viable. Tried to make Torkoal work with like a Cresselia Trick Room team. Wasn't really working for him. Had a couple close ones, really unlucky. Same thing with Quartz. I feel like Trick Room's really hard to pilot in draft. A couple of these Trick Room teams really struggled. I mean, Quartz went all in on Trick Room with Indeedee last year, Hariyama Skeledirge.
Yeah.
I think the fastest Pokemon on his team was Rotom Fan at 86 speed. So it's like it's just
honestly the most Quartz thing I've ever seen. That's one of the most Quartz things I've ever seen.
I definitely think Kaylee deserved to move on. Kaylee made a lot of moves and had a very strong team. Like, I feel like going into the draft, this was the first time we were able to use the Paradox Pokemons in the draft, and Kaylee having access to Fluttermane, Arcanine, like this is just a solid. Like you have to prep hard every time you play against Pokemon like that, and I think Kaylee showed why they deserve to be back in Naranja next division. But that brings us to the top 8. Squeaking in the 8 spot was Gummy and the London Lycanrocs. Gummy remains in the top division. Gummy was like the hardest matchup of like my season. I think it was like week 1. I think I remember prepping so hard, and I obviously had to play Gummy in the playoffs again, and like prepping out of my mind for that matchup. It's not like we saw what Pinky did in the other division with Urshifu, Water, and Murkrow. Gummy having the same thing with some defensive pieces like Moltres and Florges and Intimidate Crocodile and Revival Blessing Palmod. So even if you get through the Urshifu once, here it comes again. But Gummy squeaking in the 8 seed, finishing with a like negative record, but I think it's such a tough division, so like you can't be too hard on yourself. Justin, Blackwood Ball Toys in the 7 seed, finishing 4-4. Justin had a rough start to the season, kind of figuring out I don't know. Justin, I feel like Justin hasn't like that's not a word. Dove as deep into the Scarlet Violet games as he did Sword and Shield. So still trying to like figure out his team and the mechanics and stuff. So
honestly, asking what is his Pokemon?
Yeah, like once Justin gets a feel for his team, he is a very dangerous draft league player.
Yeah.
So a slow start into a 4-4 finish, securing playoffs. We had the Philly Flygons and first-time coach Charisma finish 5-3. Charisma really piloting a good team, similar to Koopa's with the Firewater Grass core of Rillaboom, Heatran, Rotom. Had a synergy with Zapdos and like Grassy Seed, like acrobatics and stuff like that. And maybe the star taking over his team, annoying the entire league, was the Alolan Muck. The synergy with power of alchemy and like levitate and stuff like that was really cool. So securing himself a playoff spot. 5th was Riolu, piloting and the main Mudkips piloting a very interesting team of Pokemon you normally wouldn't see together, but of like Bundle and Ursaluna, like one being like both being opposite sides of the spectrum. I would say his MVP definitely the Ursaluna and Cyrilege. Cyrilege is such a good Pokemon. We have making our top 4. We have the Rustboro Roaring Moons and Schwamp. Swamp being an excellent coach, piloting he had a bunch of transactions, but for the most part, piloting this Urshifu Dark and Spectrier team. We had your boy, who I don't think made any transactions to his team, kept it pretty similar all season with the Thundurus and Amorous combination and Iron Treads. Bunch of just fast offensive pieces with a lot of synergy with Prankster Thundurus. And then the top 2 spots were the Boston Red Sox, no surprise, Will being near the top of the standings. Will coming in, I thought, had like a pretty weird non-synergistic team, but showing how good Chi-Yu Torn is with pieces like Gallade. And well, we kind of slept on Brambleghast. I think that was part of the issue.
We
I mean, you were a fan, but I don't know if anyone had it as good as it was in being a staple in the B tier. And the synergy with Torn is just so good.
I mean,
Brambleghast
I don't
actually
think it wasn't picked up in our league.
Brambleghast being the only reason I took a loss this season because of Terra Fairy Brambleghast, Terra Blast. Not fun, can confirm. But yeah, Will having a great season, and then your boy, well, not your boy, me finishing
Your boy.
7-1, only losses to Will, finishing with 21 points, a 14-2 set record, and a kill to death ratio of 2.38. I am proud of these numbers. I know maybe just me saying them out loud, it doesn't sound anything crazy.
Like blazing is unreal.
If you compare it to the rest of the league, like I had a stupid season. 62 KOs and 26 deaths, I feel like is kind of wild. Only losing 2 sets all season. Wait, is that just to Will? I lost 2 sets to Will. I 2-0'd everyone else.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Oh my god, I didn't play a single 3-game set all season. I only lost 2 games to Will. Wait, what? I don't mean to. Like, I'm not trying to brag. I'm actually surprised.
But we can go on playoff and see how you did.
we haven't looked at this in so long, so I'm like remembering how crazy of a season I had. So very proud of these.
Yeah,
numbers.
but I mean, you can have all your regular season stats all you want, but how did you do in playoffs?
Yes, I was then humbled very quickly. We had myself versus Gummy. Again, like I said, hard matchup, but I did move on. We had Swamp versus Riolu at the 4-5, and Swamp moving on to play me. On the other side, we had Will versus Justin, and Justin with his routine first round exit to Will. We had your boy and Charisma play, who I think I was really excited for this one. Probably the most out of every matchup. Both coaches were feeling really confident in their teams. And your boy showing just how good he is in draft. Moving on to play his nemesis and Will. I think Will has knocked your boy out in most seasons. I know they don't. Your boy always likes playing Will as it's a big challenge. But we had myself versus Swamp, and I can speak about this because I do kind of remember. I prepped pretty hard, I think, and I was winning every game really comfortably. And I hate when that happens because, so like for instance, against Gummy's team, I was losing in prep so much, so I had to like figure out a team. Like I worked really hard on a team, and then the matchup was just like when you get into the matchup and it's easier than the prep team that you practice against. I feel like it always just like goes really well in your favor. And I knew that in prep when it just goes so well and you feel like you have such a good matchup, like
It can go to shit really easily.
Yeah, you're just not expecting something that your opponent will do to make it not in your favor, and you just lose a lot of momentum. So I think Swamp, just fair play to him, dude. Like brought maybe the only set that I think beats my whole team. I remember I brought a mixed Iron Valiant with physical moves and Dazzling Gleam. Just because Dazzling Gleam like just one shots, like it's just good spread move, and it one shots his Dark Urshifu. But Terra Poison, Iron Defense, I think it was Terra Poison, Iron Defense, Urshifu. My team is very physical. Iron Valiant was used as my special Pokemon pretty much all season. So not having a way to break through this Iron Defense Dark Urshifu, like the moment he Terra Poisons and gets set up, like I have no special damage to hit him because my only special move is Dazzling Gleam, and like I think I even brought like physical Pincurchin this week. Like I don't think I brought any special, very limited, and it was just such a good set into my team, and I just wasn't. I picked up a game somehow. I think that was the only 3 sets I played all year against Swamp. And he just, it's just fair play. Like it was one of those moments where I feel like hard on myself in draft. I feel like I'm I feel like I'm a good player. I feel like I build well. I prep well. And it was one of those moments where I could not get mad about anything that happened. Like I was just impressed on the set. Like he brought the one set that beat me, and it was just fair enough. Like he deserved to go to the finals. On the other side, we had I think I helped your boy. So I helped Justin and your boy prep for Will the last 2 weeks of the regular season, and they were Will's both losses. Will lost the last 2 weeks of the regular season, and then Will had to go through both of them again back to back in the playoffs. And Will is the kind of guy in draft that won't make the same mistakes twice, and he can counter build you very well. And once you already win against Will, like you built a good team, you're conditioned to kind of bring the same stuff. And I think Justin and your boy maybe made some minor tweaks, but nothing like they didn't. I feel like your boy didn't change enough. Same thing with Justin, where Justin changed and like just changed wrongly. And Will was able to learn from his losses and really just come back strong. And it's hard to beat someone like Will again when you don't really know what to change, like because it worked so well the first time, if that makes sense. So Will getting revenge on Justin and your boy and moving into the finals against Swamp. And I don't remember the match very distinctly, but
no, I don't either. It's been a while.
I am almost positive what sits in my brain is that Swamp got smacked, and this was when I got mad because Swamp played so well against me, brought the perfect team, and then it just looked like he didn't. I mean, I'm sure he worked on it, but it looked like he did no prep into Will's team and got absolutely destroyed. And that is all I remember. And Will becomes our back-to-back champion. Yeah, first time back to back. He's the only person to win a championship in the Scarlet Violet era. This is just Will's league, and we're all just little
We'll spread
pieces.
them.
He's been cooking, absolutely cooking in the Scarlet Violet era, with a team that I didn't believe in, admittedly. So, shout out to Will. Such a good player. I wish we would have got the run back in the finals, but Swamp did prep very well against me, and yeah, Will takes the championship. To go through the awards, I'll do it in the order that Wex went. Our first team, pretty similarly, is Annihilate, of Justin's team, the Blackwood Ball Toys. We have the Boston Red Sox, Will, and his Glade. Glade is slept on Pokemon, I feel like. Sharpness does so much, and the blade, all the blade moves that Glade gets does so much damage. And Glade is a really cool Pokemon in the sense that it has a lot of uses and utility. It gets so many cool moves. But that middling speed tier and maybe lackluster special defense. I feel like I can't remember its defense or special. One of its defenses is really bad. But Will using Torn and Galade's like Terastallization, like I think it picked up like 7 kills one week with a Terra Ghost, like Shadow Sneak, Terra Blast set or something. Like Will just using it so well is kill leader by a lot. On a team that has like Chi-Yu and Bramble Gas and stuff like that is just really impressive. So Glade gets the next slot.
I mean, Glade even in the wider VGC scene has been popping up here and there in a lot of stuff like Size Spam teams.
Yeah, crucially making like, top 8 on a Size Spam team.
Rest
in peace, Sarah Ledge.
Rest in peace, Sarah Ledge to Glade. Shout out Brian Collins, who was in Ireland this past week. Didn't get to see you, but I'll see you soon, buddy. But yeah, rest in peace, Sarah Ledge to Glade. First person to ever top 8 a regional with 5 Pokemon.
Literally.
Which is impressive.
I try not to make. I mean, I talked about earlier how well of the season I think I had, or I definitely did have, but I didn't want to give myself 2 Pokemon on this first team, so I went with my Valiant over my Iron Hands. I made Iron Hands was probably the MVP of my team, so maybe this list is a little fraudulent now, but I think Iron Valiant surprised me in how well it did. Was just there for me in so many moments, like picked up so many like clutch KOs. It was honestly like Fluttermane Jr. like that's how it played on my team, and it was just so good. So I shout out to Iron Valiant for being my surprise. Just surprise MVP. Like it was I knew it was gonna be good in this tier. I didn't think it was gonna be this good. Like it was such a good Pokemon. On a bulky, slow team like I had, like having the Valiant be my fast KO mon was so good. Such a good Pokemon. We have Iron Treads from your boys team, the Denver Numels. Another A tier mon that isn't highly used in any competitive format, but in a draft league.
I mean, I didn't use it too great this year, I won't lie. So fair play.
He was able to use it really well with Thundurus, like making use of booster defense, body press, and other sets like that. Really, and like the EQ synergy with his genies, like really helped your boy in a lot of matchups. So we gave it to Iron Treads. We have the Urshifu Rapid Strike from Gummy's team. Again, we talked about it in UVA. Urshifu, Murkrow, get up Tailwind. Urshifu with Terra. Like we know how good Torn Urshifu is. You get it with Murkrow in this league, and it's still just as good. Like picked up a lot of kills for Gummy. Very, very good Pokemon. And the final Pokemon to make first team was a tough decision, but we gave it to Ursaluna of Riolu's team of the main Mudkips. I think he piloted. I mean, honorable mention to his Sarah Ledge. But I think Ursaluna picking up, they just got so many KOs and was used in a way that I think he just used it really well, which on a team that it didn't seem like the synergies were there, but like he had Hatterene, like they set up Trick Room and stuff like that, but they didn't really support each other that much as it was just like a Trick Room setup. And to get as much like mileage as he did, like run it fast, like even with like Icy Wind bundle support and run fast Ursaluna, like stuff, and just I feel like Ursaluna has a lot of ways to counter it in draft. So the mileage and like KOs he got out of it was really impressive, and I think deserving of this final spot. To I think I don't know if you went MVP or DPOY first, but
I'll go DPOY.
Well, I'll go quickly the MVP first, because no surprise, it's Annihilape. Justin's Annihilape also picking up 27 kills. Funnily enough, of all the shared Pokemon moves in this game, Rage Fist alone was the 4th highest KO attack, which I think is just crazy. Like only one Pokemon getting it.
Two Pokemon
contributing to the 4th like KO move, and like getting Rage Fist picked up. Oh, let's do the math here. Actually, what's 27 plus 27? 54. Okay, and Rage Fist. So both Annihilapes got 54 kills, and Rage Fist was 39 of them. So the two of them picked up 15 kills that weren't Rage Fist. Like that many Rage Fist KOs is just crazy. And Close Combat and Drain Punch are in the top 10 of our KO. So no shock that I'm sure Annihilapes contributed both of those as well.
Yeah, Annihilape was definitely part of the
Annihilate.
reason
Yeah, just such a staple in the league. And I think there was like some debate maybe on MVP in the other division. Rotom Wash and Heatran and things were close, but in the Naranja Academy, Annihilape was a lone standout MVP.
Yeah, I mean, out of the top 10 kill leaders, 2 were in Naranja Academy and 8 were
which is just insane.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So shout out to Justin's Annihilape for MVP. DPOY, we looked at it, and I think no matter what, it was going to go to something on my team. Whether it was my Iron Hands or Tinglu, I think both are honorable mentions. But I needed to give love to Iron Hands. This Pokemon was so good. I couldn't believe that it fell to me during draft. Like I was the 7 seed or 7 spot in draft, and I thought it was gonna go earlier. Like I couldn't believe it fell to me. Such a good Pokemon. I mean, the staple of the metagame for since it's been legal pretty much, and I think even in draft, like I feel like I still ran Assault Vest most weeks because it's just such good on this Pokemon, but I was able to run it in a multitude of ways, and it was just such a good Pokemon all season for me. I used it most creatively against Gummy, I think, like weakness policy sets and stuff like that, and shout out to Wax for that.
Yeah, but that was me. I could cook for everyone else, but not my own fucking team.
Yeah, I think Tinglu really helped with the bulk, with his ability, obviously, and just stats. But I think with I feel like I would Terrasilize Iron Hand the most and Drain Punch my health back the most, and it just felt like the staple of my defensive core, like surviving long turns. And yeah, honorable mention to I guess my Tinglu as well, but to give shout out to another team. I want to shout out Klefki on Swamp's team, setting screens, supporting that whole team, his longevity and stuff. And shout out to Charisma and the Alolan Muck. Gave a lot of the league a lot of trouble with its rare, very toxic setup and minimize. Winning games on its own. I think the first game that comes to mind actually is against Kaylee, where Kaylee actually picked up a game because Struggle killed the Muck, but Muck coming in really big in that set, and just being really kind of the talk of the league for the first couple weeks, as annoying as it was. So shout out to Charisma and his muck as an honorable mention. And coach of the year. We'll do this quickly because I don't want to talk about it that much, but we'll say
we're just yawning. I'm just really bored by what.
Coach of the year, unbiasedly as possible and unselfishly as possible. We did give to myself. I mean, I read my stats earlier.
He threw a massive tantrum earlier because I was going to give it to someone else. He was like, "No,
yeah, I made a big
quit the podcast if I don't get it." So just to keep him happy, I
had to feed my ego real quick. But no, I mean, I finished with 21 points. Stupid kills. I only lost 2. My only 2 losses were to Will, like 2 sets. Like I just had a great season. So, well, I wrote here honorable mention to Will and your boy. Both obviously also having. I mean, Will went on to win the finals, and Will and your boy again having great regular seasons. Will was undefeated 6-0 until the final 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I had a team up
you
with.
basically gave yourself coach of the year by prepping Justin and your boy.
Yeah, I secured this. I put in the work for this award by prepping Justin and your boy for those matchups. So it wasn't just given, you know. I earned it. No. But shout out to those guys, also phenomenal coaches. Kind of just gave it to myself because I finished with the best record and all that jazz. So yeah, I think like that wraps up our recap of the last season. Shout out to Koopa and Will, your champions. And we move on to the future, into the future of the NDA, and the future of the NDA is exciting. The future of the NDA is exciting, but gonna be some changes, and I really, really have to pee, so I'm gonna step away and let Wex start the talk, and I will join in when I come back. Go, Wex.
Yeah. Next season of the NDA. Obviously, it's been a while since we started. We started season 2 in the middle of last year in July. At the end of July. So starting nearly a whole 6 months later. It's a bit weird, but because of that, we have missed a full reg or two. I think this was reg C when we first started, and in 3 days' time, as of recording, on the 1st of the 1st, reg F is coming out, which includes all of the DLC mons. Which also includes some of the old legends, such as includes like Latias, Latios. It includes Raging Bolt, Gouging Fire, Walking Wake, Iron Crown, Iron Boulder, Iron Leaves. So all the mons are now legal. Completely new landscape for the entire NDA. Brand new mons. So draft is going to be fun because we don't know what's going to go where. Is Raging Bolt going to go number 1? Are we going to see Torn still go number 1? Are we going to see the likes of Whimsicott go 1? To be honest, who knows? But I'm really looking forward to it all, and we're going to be starting up pretty soon. As of today, we've just sent a message into the NDA just asking for everyone's opinion on when or if they're playing next season, which hopefully we'll get a good response to. And yeah, the 3 of us, myself, Kevin, Justin, have been cooking a new doc as of now. Obviously, Ryder isn't around at the moment, so yeah, we've had to make a few changes, but
hopefully changes that improve the. We don't want what happened at the end of UVA happening again, so
yeah,
we want to just. I don't know what you said exactly. Obviously, I just joined in, but
I haven't mentioned much. I just mentioned the fact that we're going to be in Reg F. All the new mons are coming in, etc., etc. That's pretty much all I've said.
Gotcha. So yeah, excited for Reg F. Want to keep the. Just want to make NDA great again.
Oh no.
Oh man, no, I can't say that with a straight face. But we just want to, keep the vibes, keep it entertaining, keep it fun, and keep it on a bit of a fresh start, if that makes sense as well.
Do we want to reveal what we're planning, or?
Yeah, I think we'll hopefully have made the announcement by the time this goes out. so
Yeah.
both will correspond together. Basically, like Wex said, Ryder isn't really acting as league commissioner anymore. Just taking a step away, doing his own thing. So just to break away a
We do
little
want to
bit,
obviously.
and
We do want to
Ryder
like
will
obviously
always be
all our
included.
support for Ryder.
Yeah, all our support always included in everything we do. He is the father of the NDA and the reason we're all friends and have this great league. So always included, always respected, always appreciated. But just hasn't been as active. Like we said, it didn't finish last season. So just to like get a breakaway and a fresh start from things, we are going to be making a separate server, and it's not going to be anything crazy new. We just want to have ownership of the server. We want to have a space where it's just fresh and not clouded with like the old. We just want a new NDA. We just want to make
Like
it
as well as that,
lively.
there's a lot of say like old spectators in the league who are just inactive, who we haven't heard back from in a while. So sort of a way of not getting rid of them, but doing a bit of maintenance, I suppose. And
Yeah, a little server maintenance and just putting our own little taste on it, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to make it seem like we're changing anything crazy.
Yeah, because that's kind of the last thing we really want. It's just a way of us running the league smooth, without having to be like, oh, we need a writer to do this. When will he be back? And it'll be like 3 months from now. Like we don't know. So we're gonna keep the old NDA server, but we're gonna make a new one.
The old NDA server will act as just a placehold for history until maybe Ryder feels up to coming back, and then we can move back to the server.
Yeah, if Ryder obviously feels like he's able to come back and is healthy enough, of course we go straight back to the old server. So we all made friends, a lot of history in that server. So, but just for the league's sake, I feel like having the new servers healthy, I suppose.
For sure. I just think it'll be fresh. It'll have just the coaches. I mean, spectators are welcome. We don't want to close it off. We want to create a community. Same as always, but just something like
at the end of the day, like
I'm using the word new, but it's not going to be that new. It's just fresh.
Yeah. It's like restarting, but not restarting. If you get it's revamping the league a bit. Is what I'd say.
We needed to revamp and just have before we still needed to in the old server as admins, we still needed to run things by any big things, still needed to run them by Ryder, stuff like that, and this just gives us our own creative freedom on things. And once Ryder is welcome, or once Ryder is up to coming back, he'll be made on all the decisions and everything, like just old times. But
of course,
this just gives us a little creative freedom and our own little, I don't know, fresh start. So excited for that. That's literally, I mean, that's the only change, right? Like for the most part.
So even this past season, I know it doesn't make a difference for you guys, but I have started off the original docs, so I've copied them over. So instead of Ryder having to edit some stuff, I've just been able to do it myself. Again, it's nothing big. It's just handiness sake, because Ryder isn't around all the time, whereas we are. So it's nothing. There's no malice or anything. We're not trying to kick Ryder. League Ryder's welcome joining. Of course, he's always going to be one of our best friends in this server. But just while he's away, we don't want the league sitting dormant and dying. Pretty much.
So we will be moving on to another server. Same old NDA. Same 2 leagues. Same coach. Hopefully most of the same coaches. And with these Regulation F rules, which I'm so excited to get into.
Anything can happen.
Yeah. Are you excited that Whimsicott's back, Wex?
I am. As much as I really want to draft it, but I'm not sure If I like, because I've already won with it once, and like, well, winning with it again would be nice. Like, just looking at it as a whole, as much as I love Whimsicott, Thorin in this format is just really good with Bleak Windstorm. Like Bleakwind kind of just walls Whimsicott in that sense, but it's just, which is annoying for me as a Whimsicott lover. But look, we'll see what happens. I don't make plans right now for draft.
Button clicking is not limited to Whimsicott.
It isn't.
But it was just the first.
I think that's pretty much all we really have to say. Hopefully, I'm in the middle of watching some darts at the moment, so while that is happening, I might start on a bit of an edit for this. And yeah, hopefully this will be out as soon as possible. If you don't see this until the new year, though, not my problem. But look, it is what it is. Hopefully we'll see everyone pretty soon. Hopefully the announcement will be up by then. But yeah. Do you have much else to say, Kev? Or
no, just excited to use the new mons. Excited to have another season, and yeah, excited to get the ball rolling in the new server. Excited. Hopefully everyone else is excited, and we get a lot of returning coaches, and maybe probably some new coaches for sure. I mean, definitely some new coaches. We had some coaches leave and stuff, so recruiting will be fun.
I know what I could add. I know we added another Irishman, but I mean, I probably have one or two.
I'm not opposed. To more. I have a friend that also wants to play, so I'm not opposed to more Irish. They were as long as they're willing to schedule like Castro was, they are more than welcome.
Yeah, we have no sleep schedule.
I feel like all of you. Yeah, I was gonna say all of your Irish community sleep schedules are fucked. So,
I mean, like most of the tours that a lot of us play in are like Eastern, so like Tommy Tuesday starts at midnight for us, and a few of us have played. Like I've played in one Tommy Tuesday, but like a few of the other guys like Keen and Ryan, Keen and Ryan usually are on Limitless a lot. Raj as well. Keen is a Limitless warrior. He's a genie at Limitless tours. Shout out Keen. But yeah, I feel like we're rambling a bit, but yeah, I suppose we can end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Good to be back in the podcast studio. And by that I mean in my room. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure being back, and yeah, we'll see you guys for season 3.
Yep. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and thanks for your engagement and excitement. Peace out.
Peace.